Right. Not for a while though. Okay, so we'll start standing. And now just take your band, cross your hands in front like that. And we'll bring our heels together with our legs turned out a little bit. So it's called Pilates stance or baby first position. Okay, so we rarely do it, but we're gonna we're gonna bring our kind of squeeze the thighs together, lift the spine tall, lift the heart, bring your elbows really close into your waist with your shoulders down, and you're finding your resistance as you go. You're just gonna open and close, right? So kind of find how much resistance feels right for you as you pull the band apart, bring your hands out, and then releasing. So it's a rotator cuff strengthener. And then we're going to add lifting the heels. So we're going to lift the heels as we inhale and open, and exhale, lower, release. Good. Inhale, float the heels up as you open. Exhale, float the heels down as you release. Great. Hi, Nancy. Inhale, lift. Got a stretchy band? Go ahead and just do a couple more. Doesn't have to be very much resistance here, right? Just a little bit is enough. If you depend on your shoulders. So open and release. Great. And then take your band in your hands and just bring your feet parallel. And we're going to take our band up over our head. As we do that, we draw our shoulder blades down and we kind of pull our rib cage in and down, right? So you feel your rib cage over your pelvis, and then take your band all the way back behind you, loosening it as you need to, lift it up, keep your rib cage pulled back so it's over your pelvis, lower down, and again, lift up, taking it behind you. Good. And then bring it right behind your back. So straight arms out to the side. You might need to loosen it. Inhale. As you exhale, just twist. Does not have to be tight, right? Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Good. One more time, lifting tall and twist. Great, and then relax your arms. Again, lift that band up and over your head and bring it in front. And then take it up and over our head. And we're gonna stay here. Take an inhale as you lengthen, exhale over to one side, and then pull your bottom arm down to your leg as you hold your top arm up. And then reach out, exhale back up. Inhale tall, exhale over. You might want to widen your legs a little bit to make it more comfortable. Inhale, pull that band down and release. Exhale back to the top. So finding the width of your legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale over. Pull the band down. Release and lift up. Inhale tall, exhale over. Pull the band down. Release and lift up. And then we're going to bring our legs into a straddle or a wider stance, second position, turning the heels in a little bit, toes out a little bit, arms up, the band's overhead. And what we'll do is we'll bend the knees as we pull the band, right, apart, and then release. Again, find your resistance. I'm going to wrap my hands, right? So inhale, pull as you bend, exhale back. Inhale, pull, draw the shoulder blades down, exhale back. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to hold our left hand up there, and we're going to bring our right hand down as we bend and release. And then again, same thing, only switch sides and release. And now you're going to lift the heel. So as you pull your right hand down, lift your right heel and release. As you pull your left arm down, lift your left heel and release. We're going to wake up our brain. Okay, keep going. Pull down as you lift the heel. Pull down and heel. And that's pull down and try lifting both heels at the same time. And release. Good. Inhale. Exhale. They don't have to lift very high, right? Inhale. Exhale. One more. So getting our breathing going here. Maybe one more after that. Okay, one more. And release. And go ahead and relax your arms, shake them out. And we'll bring ourselves to the end of our mat. You can just put your band down there. And we're going to roll down. So inhale, exhale, let your head and shoulders relax. And just roll down and hang. We'll bend and straighten our knees a little bit and relax here. Breathe. And then letting the knees be a little bent. We're going to stack our spine back up, arms and shoulders relaxed, right? Bringing the pelvis under us as we stack up. And then we'll roll down again. So roll down and hang. And then walk our hands away from our feet into pike, spreading the fingers wide, lifting the tailbone, and then just letting your body just sort of shift around as you stretch your heels down and press the hips up. And then you might also like to shift your weight forward and back. That feels good to you, or whatever feels good to your body. Just breathe and feel that nice stretch in the back. A little blood to the brain. And then we'll bring our hands and feet farther apart, coming into either a high plank, just a little bit down, lowering down, or lower down all the way. Take a couple deep breaths here. Just find whatever feels right for you. Breathe. And then you might slowly lower yourself down or bring your knees down to the mat and come around onto the back. I think I can move my mat a little bit. So take your band first before you get all the way down on your back. Sorry. Fold it in half. That. Then we're going to bring ourselves onto our back. Bring our feet close to our hips. And you're going to just take your arms up. Bring your arms over your head, relax them on the floor. So letting your arms be as wide apart as they need to be. I inhale. Then as we exhale, we're going to peel our spine off the mat into a bridge as we bring our arms up and press into our legs with our band. So press the hips up as you sort of press down on the band, and then lift the arms as you inhale. Exhale, melt the spine down. Arms go over the head. Inhale, peel off the mat as your arms come up and pressing the hips up, pressing your band into your legs. Inhale, lift the band. Exhale, melt the spine down. Arms go over the head. So arms are moving in opposition to the hips, right? Inhale, exhale, peel off the mat. Arms come to the down by the legs as you press your band. Inhale, lift. Exhale, melt the spine down as arms go overhead. One more. Nice deep breath. Peel off the mat. Bring your arms down. You press up. Lift the arms and melt the spine down. Arms over the head. Great. And then bring your arms straight up to the ceiling. Press your low back into the mat. Lift one leg and then other leg into tabletop. Now we're going to press our low back into the mat. And we're going to do toe touches, right? Which means you bend at the top of your leg, not your knee. And you're going to bring one leg away as you reach your arms back a little bit. And then exhale everything back. So you don't have to go very far with this. Press your back into the mat as you reach your other leg away and your arms back. Exhale back to the top. So arms moving in opposition to the leg. pressing into the mat. Don't take your arms back too far. Be careful not to bring them back too far. And you don't have to touch all the way down with your leg. Right? So just breathe as you reach. Exhale back. Inhale away. Exhale back. And try to press your low back into the mat. Exhale back. One more. Inhale away. Exhale back. Put your feet down one at a time. And then let's bring our right leg into tabletop. So now we're going to flex our foot and we're going to extend that leg straight as we reach our arms back. Right. Inhale, exhale back. Or you can breathe however you want. Just make sure you're breathing. You can exhale as you reach or inhale and bring it back. Right, so you're pressing your back into the mat as you extend your leg. Now, if you want to take this up to the next level, you can by bringing your left leg up, or you can leave your left foot on the ground. So reach away and back. Reach away. Actually, exhaling as you reach away is probably better and easier. Inhaling as you bend. Okay, and then we're going to add to that. So next time we reach away, keep your legs straight, lift it to the top as your band comes up. Then lower the leg and then bend it back in. Reach away, keep the leg straight as you lift to the ceiling. Bring it back and bend. So alternating the straight leg with the bent leg. You're still moving in opposition with your arms. And breathe. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good. And the next time our leg goes straight to the ceiling, you're going to stay there. Now take your band behind your head. So you're going to make a hammock, right? You're just going to hold, just kind of put it behind the back of your skull and just pulse up towards that foot, right? So using your arms to help you, supporting your head, little pulses. Lift, 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 lift. Good. And go ahead and relax your head down. Take your band out first. Bend the knees, feet on the mat. And then we'll go to the left leg. So bring that left leg into tabletop. Flex the foot, reach away, exhale back. Reach away, pressing your back into the mat. You want to level it up, you're going to bring your right leg up into tabletop. But you don't have to. Keep it on the ground if you want. Exhale, reach. Inhale back. Exhale, reach. Now we're going to add the straight leg alternating. So stretch it out, lift the leg up, lower and bend. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. Reach and lift. Lower and bend. Reach. And isn't it fun? Lower and bend. Warming up. Next time we bring our legs straight to the ceiling, stay there, lift your head, hook your band, and pulse, pulse, up, up. Just little tiny pulses upwards, right? And then go ahead and take your band out, relax your head, bend your knees, hug your knees, relax your body, take a little rock here around, rock around the mat. Now, if your band is long enough and you can wrap your feet with it, otherwise you'll just have to put your band under the balls of your feet with your band flat. But if you can wrap your feet, you're going to take the band underneath, the bottom of your feet with your feet apart a few inches, And from the outside, you wrap it around to the inside and back out, right? So you take the band to the inside of the foot and it comes back around the outside. So now your feet are wrapped like that, if that works for you and your band. So then our feet are going to be heels together in frog position, knees pointed out. Right? And you can do this without wrapping your feet. It's just easier if you can wrap your feet, right? So you're going to pull the bands in between my legs here. You're going to pull the heels in as you inhale. And then you're just going to press through those heels, squeeze the legs together, keep your legs externally rotated, pull it in as you inhale, opening the hips, exhale, press out, pressing our back into the mat. Inhale, pull in, exhale, press out. And your legs are at whatever angle is comfortable for you. And so you're able to keep your low back pretty much on the mat, right? Inhale, pull in, exhale, press out. And then we can add straight to the ceiling. So press out, lift the legs up, lower them back down and bend. And press out, lift the legs, lower them down, bend in, and breathe. So we're getting a little hip opening here and lifting and lowering the legs. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. Good. And then next time you pull your heels in, go ahead and bring your legs parallel to each other with your knees bent, band on outside of legs, like that, elbows down, legs together. And we're going to take our legs over to one side, keeping them together. Exhale them back, anchoring ourselves with our elbows on the ground. Right, inhale to the side, exhale back. Little twist. Inhale to the side, exhale back. If you want, you can straighten your legs and do it, or keep them bent, little side to side, anchoring our arms and shoulders, using the breath. Inhale side, exhale lift. Getting a little farther as you go, hopefully, a little farther to the side, but got to control it. Okay, when we're even on both sides, we come to the top. Go ahead and unwrap. If your feet are wrapped, unwrap your left foot. Keep your right foot wrapped, or just keep the band around your right foot. Put your left foot down. So that if your band is not wrapped, you want to cross it and slide your left leg down the mat, and we'll stretch this right leg with our band. So just bending and straightening and giving it a stretch. All right, and then we're going to do a few, well, first of all, let's take it across our body. So you want to keep your leg as straight as you can and just take it across to your body. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can also move your foot. I can't move this foot, so I tend to forget. Okay, so just take that leg across the body, feel that stretch, breathe into it. Try to keep your legs straight. That's where you really get that stretch, right? And just breathe. Maybe you can go farther. Everybody's different. And then lift the leg up and then open it out to the side, keeping it high and straight. So we open our hip and hanging and anchoring our elbows down. Anchor, keep our left hip down. And lift the leg up. And then we're going to do a few circles. So you might loosen the band a little bit. Take that leg across, sweep it down, round, and back to the top. So nice big circles, right? As we breathe. Try to really anchor your left leg, reach through that left leg. Try to relax the shoulders. And then we'll go the other direction. So at the top, we can reverse our direction, switch across and lift, out, down, across and lift. The band is really nice for circles, right? It just helps you be able to focus more on your core, right? Everything else, your leg is supported. Great. And then when you finish the number of circles you did the other direction, try to do them evenly, you can stop at the top, and we're going to bend our left leg to put that foot on the mat, again, close to the hip, and you're going to press your hips up. So we're going to lower our hips as we inhale and press them up as we exhale. Lower and press up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower. You can rest in between. Exhale, press up. Stay up. Lower your leg down so it's in line with your left leg or close to that point. And then bend your knee and press that leg out. So pull the knee in. Now your hips can lower down. They don't have to stay up high, but just keep them, try to keep them steady, right? To keep them as steady as you can. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, stretch out. Pull in. Exhale, stretch out. Last one. When you pull your knee in, lower your hips down. Great. And then you're just going to take this band off of your right foot and we'll put it around our left foot. And again, you don't have to wrap it if you don't want. You can just cross it like that. Stretching our right leg down the mat, and we're just going to stretch, give this leg a stretch. And you can bend and straighten, whatever feels good to you. You can move your foot. You want to flex and point, or just kind of side to side, little ankle stretch. Nice to work the foot in the band, right? So we can kind of have some resistance and work our foot a little bit. All right, and then getting our leg as straight as we can, taking it across the body, finding that stretch there and breathing. So you may be able to go a little farther. Keeping the leg straight, breathing. And then lift the leg and open out to the side, keeping it high and straight, using your band for support. Try to really stretch through your right leg, anchor it down. Good. And we'll lift that leg up. And for circles, you might want to loosen a little bit. Find what feels right for you for support. Take that leg across, sweep it all the way down, around, and land at the top. Right, inhale and exhale back. And letting that right leg really anchor into the ground. Relax the shoulders. You can bend your knee as much as it needs to bend, of course. Always feel free to bend your knee on circles that are the working leg knee in this case. Now we're going to reverse. So 4 or 5 circles and then reverse the circles. I realize circling the leg can be tricky if you've got tight hamstrings or tight hips, right? It can be very challenging, but it's really good for our hips. So after we finish our circles in that direction and we come to the top, we're going to bend our right leg to bring that foot close in, press our hips up, inhale, lower, exhale, press up. And you've got your arms on the ground to help you press, right? Press the hips up. Inhale, lower, exhale, press up. You can bend this knee as well if you need to. Exhale, press up. Good. Inhale, lower. Always rest. Next time we press up, we're going to take that leg low, about halfway down, right? And then bend the knee, press it out. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, press. Inhale, pull in. Really press the hips up as much as you're able, but just holding them steady wherever they are. Right? Press out. In. Exhale, press. Breathe. Are we breathing? We must be. Okay, last one. And then next time we bend, go ahead and lower the hips down. And then pull your knees into your chest. You can take your band off if you want, but just hug your knees in and give your hips a little stretch here. Right, rock your body. You might open your knees apart a little bit if that feels good, just whatever. You might move them around, whatever feels good for your backside. And then we're going to put our feet down, or if you want, you can, well, let's do a big body stretch first. So let's reach our arms, reach our legs down the mat and just stretch. So we have to do that. Otherwise, we won't feel complete, right? Reach through one side and then the other. Reach, reach. Really stretch the body side to side. Good for the hips and shoulders. Right, and then we're going to come up to sitting. So if you want, you can grab hold of one leg, rock yourself up, or you can roll up. Whatever works for you. Okay, hooking our band around our feet and using it to help us give our legs a little stretch to start with. Try to make your band even when you do that and then cross it. Right, and then we'll just lift our sits bones here and pull ourselves forward over our legs. Use the band to help us stretch. All right, and then we'll keep our legs straight and we're going to sit tall, right? So knees might need to bend in order to really sit tall. And then after you bend your knees, find your tall spine, then you might be able to straighten the legs a little more. You might not, okay? But it's important that your spine is nice and tall, and we're going to work our back muscles that way. So take your band. You have a long band, you can wrap your hands. Just take your band out from the side like that, and we're simply going to lengthen our spine and pull the band back and down and release. Pull back and down as you lengthen and release. Doesn't have to be a very much resistance, but you want some resistance, right? And lengthen the spine as you pull back. Release. Breathe. Right? Lengthen. Again, these are as bent as they need to be. Really getting into the back of our arms as well as all of our back muscles. Great. And then when you release this time, we're going to bring our arms up, and you're going to maybe tighten up if you want, but we're going to take one elbow out, lift it up, and we're going to twist. So lengthen the spine and follow that elbow back and release. And you're just holding the band with your other arm. So lengthen and little twist, shoulders relaxed, twist, twist, and look back, keep lengthening the spine. It's not a very big twist, but right, more like a little pulse to the back. And then we'll do the other side. So you're going to hold this band still, and this elbow up, lengthen and twist. Just kind of hanging on to the band with your other arm, other hand, little twist. Don't let the shoulders creep up to the ears. You're going to feel your obliques, right? Because we're really working the obliques when we do this. All right, release, relax your arms. And then we're going to do a little rowing. So bend your knees a little bit, so not too much, but you know, half bend. And then if you can wrap your band or just finding your length here, we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to curl the tailbone under to round back a little bit. And then you're going to pull your arms back. You're going to pull yourself forward. You're going to dive forward, right? And then release everything back to tall. So we'll just do that a couple more times. Inhale, exhale, curl the tailbone under, and then pull the arms down and back, and pull yourself forward. Dive forward as you reach back, and then lift back up. Good. Inhale, exhale, curl the tailbone under, pull back, dive forward as you pull back, and stack the spine up. Maybe one more. Okay, inhale, exhale, curl back, pull the arms, dive forward as you pull, and lift back up. Felt good on my back. Okay, so then we're going to sit with our arms forward, curl back. And for bicep curls, we want to make sure your elbows are lined up with your shoulders. And you're just going to curl and bend in and straighten, right? So finding the amount of resistance that feels right for you. Try to keep your shoulders down. Try to keep that tailbone really curled under. So we're just pulling in. The elbows want to drop, right? So try to notice that too. Good. Biceps. And then next time we release, go ahead and come all the way up to the top. And then using our band to start with for roll-ups, you can kind of let go of your shoulders here, but holding your band as tight as you might like to help you. We're going to exhale back, right? So we're just going to roll down using our band. Maybe you want to bend, let your legs straighten, and then bend when you come up, right? Using your band for support. And just do that a few times. Inhale, exhale, round and back, shoulders relaxed. Nice deep breath using our band to help us back up. Going at your own pace. And again, using the band as much as you need or as little as you need. And then when we come up on this one, hopefully we're warmed up. Take your band off of your feet, fold it in half. Now, everybody's going to be at a different place, so don't think you have to roll all the way onto your back with roll-ups. You don't have to. Hold your band. Do the bend and straighten on the knees. But pulling the band apart a little bit on our exhale, so that helps us. Inhale, exhale, roll back. You might come all the way back. Bring your arms back. Inhale. Exhale. Roll up. Pulling the band apart. Put your band around your feet. Pull yourself flat back. Stretch. And release. We'll just do that a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Roll back. Gently pulling the band. Good. All the way down if you can. Inhale, exhale, pull the band as you roll up. Hook it over your feet, around your feet, and pull yourself forward, flat back. And release. Inhale, exhale, roll back. Great. And breathe. Hooking the band when we come up, pulling ourselves forward, flattening the back. And release. Oh, maybe one more. Okay, roll back if you want to. You don't have to. Inhale, exhale up. Hook the band. You can also just stay in a stretch. You can stay here with your band and stretch yourself if you rather. Right? Take your time with that. Okay, and then we're gonna come up, go of that band, maybe shake out your hands, because especially if you're gripping your band, you know how that gets with the hands. We have to do a hand stretch actually. Okay, we're gonna come onto our side. Let's try to remember to do a hand stretch. Okay, so we're gonna come onto our side and lie, whatever side you want to start with. Lie your band down and put your forearm on it like that and grab it with your hand. And find our legs in half bend, you know, just kind of a half bend there. And we're going to kind of lift the rib cage a little bit. Again, you can find how much resistance. You might not want very much resistance here. We're going to just, because what we're going to do is we're just going to pull across the chest like that, right? Out from the chest. So as we pull, we're going to straighten our top leg, bend, straighten, bend, breathe. Again, find how much resistance you want here for your arm. Good. And then let's add, as we stretch our leg out and stretch the band, we'll lift, bend, or lower and bend. Just a little lift, up, lower, and bend. Maybe that's not too hard with the coordination. Exhale and inhale. We have to wake up here. All right. And then we're going to press, keep our foot flexed, and we're going to press back a little bit. So the leg goes just a little bit back, and then bend, press back, and bend. Back, just a little bit to the back, without rolling on your hips, right? No rolling back on the hips. Release. The arms are getting a great workout, huh? And then we're going to stay here. We press back. We're going to stay here, and we're going to touch the foot down and lift. Touch down and lift. Little tiny lift, but you're bringing your leg back so you can really feel that in the glutes and the back of the leg. Breathe. Little movement. All right, and let your leg bend. Let everything relax. Straighten both legs. Top foot comes in front of the bottom leg like that. Hopefully that's doable for everybody. And we're going to do a little press up, kind of like a half plank, side plank, you know. So we're going to press the hips up, reach and lower down. Press the hips up and lower down. Now, if it's too much to do the hips, or maybe you just can do it once or twice, that's okay. You can just lift the rib cage and press your arm, right? And lower down. So and lower down. Last one. Good, and lower down. And then we'll just come up for a little hip stretch here. So if you want to do a hip stretch where you cross your legs and fold forward, or do a figure 4 hip stretch, whatever feels good, just stretch that hip out here. You can also move our shoulders, move our head and neck around. Whatever feels good to you. Okay. Hopefully that was enough. We're going to come on to our other side. So laying down the band flat, bringing our elbow on top of it, grasping it with our hand, and then legs bent like that. And you really make sure your elbow's under your shoulder and you're really pressing your rib cage up. Right? And we're going to stretch that leg out as we stretch our band across from our chest so it's at a diagonal. Inhale, exhale. Find your resistance. How much resistance on this side? Inhale. Doesn't have to be much. And then we'll add a little lift of that leg. So we stretch out, we lift that leg a little bit, lower it, bend in. Stretch out, little lift, and bend. And breathe. Don't think about it too much because you just move your body and it'll go where it's supposed to go. If you're finding it hard to think about. All right, and then next time we bend in, we're going to press to the back. So flex the foot, press back. A little bit back, not too much. Slightly back, reach through the heel. Feel your glutes. Feel the feelings. And then next time we press back, we're going to stay there, touch down and lift. Kind of reaching that leg back a bit. Touch down and lift. Breathe. My leg is barely moving, so it doesn't have to be much. Right? Good. And then let your legs relax together. Arm relax. Straighten both legs. Take that top foot in front of your bottom leg, and you should feel a little hip stretch there. And then if you're able to, we're going to press the hips up as we stretch and lower down. Otherwise, if that's too much, you can just kind of lift your ribs. I try to lift your hips. And lower down. Press up. And press up. And you're using your foot to help you too, right? The foot in front. Last one. Good. And relax. And we'll do a little hip stretch on that side. So whatever you'd like to do that. Also really roll out the shoulders and shake them because I head and neck, right? They're starting to feel it. Yeah. There we go. Oh. Figure 4 sitting is a good one. Can be on your back. But the thing about sitting in a figure 4 stretch like this is that you can move your legs easier, which kind of gets into the hip, really gets into those hip muscles nicely. I find just kind of move the legs around or Oh. Right. Well, we would love to stay there forever, but we're going to come out and we're going to come onto our all fours with the band. Oh, I just realized it's St. Patrick's Day and everything's green. Green, green, green. I didn't think of that. Okay. So, wasn't planned. You're going to lie the band down. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. You're going to lie the band down so you can put your knee on it. All you have to do is make sure you have enough in front that you can grab. Put your knee on it. I'm doing my forward knee here. Same size hand is going to hold the band. You just need to make sure you have enough. Right? Find your all fours. Get yourself squared up. And then we're going to, whatever arm is forward, right? You're going to reach that arm as you reach your opposite leg back, right? So opposite arm and leg are going to reach away from each other and then bend back in, reach away, the knee bends, hand comes back, right? So you're just extending and release. Extend and lift and release. Find your resistance, bend and release. Bend up. And release. So you're pulling out and up, pulling out and up. Good. Next time we're going to stay there. So you're going to reach out, lift, and just touch straight down and lift. Touch down and lift. Toe touches down behind us. Hand touches down in front of us. And lift. And breathe. Full body workout. Good. And then next time you lower down, go ahead and relax and come off of the band with that leg. You might want to stretch back to your heels if you want. And then we're going to bring it under our other knee. So same thing, this side. Make sure you have enough band to hold on to, squaring up. And then spreading those fingers wide, you're going to reach out and lift and bend back in. Reach out and lift and bend back in. Find your resistance that feels right for you. Good. Next time we extend, stay out there lifting and then touch down, lift up, touch down, lift up. And breathe, exhale, lift. Last one. And bring everything back to the mat. Go ahead and stretch back to your heels for a second. Come off the hands. And then we'll come up and just do a little cat-cow. So you don't need your band necessarily, but just want to move our spine here. So letting the back around and then pressing back toward the heels, lifting up and arching. Or you can do it a different way if you like, but just move the spine and breathe. You can let your head just kind of relax when you round the back and just kind of let that head hang. Right? Release the neck. And then we'll come to neutral. We're on our all fours. And I thought of a little hand stretch might be a good idea. So just taking our hands, we're going to rotate them outward to point our fingers towards our knees. So in other words, you go out and back, right? And Don't have to put much weight on your hands, but see if you can just kind of lay them flat on the mat like that. Don't have to put much weight into it. You can lean off of it. Might be intense. And then go ahead and shake them out. Maybe lay the top of your hand down on the mat to kind of balance that. And then release. Yeah. That hopefully helps a little bit. All right. And then we're going to bring ourselves, now move my mat a little bit, bring ourselves onto our belly. But we're going to lie the band across our chest, under our chest. Right? So we're going to lay on top of it like that with our arms out from our shoulders, holding the band. I think I should move back slightly here. Okay, so you're going to weight yourself on the band, hold it with your arms straight out from your shoulders like that. Looking down. And we're going to start by you just hovering your head off the ground here, right? You're just looking down, hovering your head. And you're going to start by lifting your arms up and lowering them down. Lifting up. Find your resistance. As you do this, lift up and lower. Lift up. Whoops, not anchoring enough. Lift up and lower. And then when your arms lower, you can relax your arms. Now lift your legs up and lower. Try to lift your legs as much as you can off the mat and lower. And lower. Good. Lift and lower. And then we're going to put it together. So we're going to lift our arms and our legs up and lower down. Lift up and down. Breathe, lift, lift. Breathe however you want to breathe with this. Just make sure you're breathing. We're reaching your arms out, right? So we're reaching and lifting. We've got some resistance. Good. Last one, and then go ahead and relax. You can unhand your band and come up onto the knees and stretch back onto your heels. So we get a little back stretch. Moment here. And my low back feels a little tight from that, so you probably will feel mostly your low back in that one. The low back, you know, the lumbar spine is one of the main areas where bone loss starts to happen. Like the wrists and the low back are two of the main areas where they say osteoporosis, but I like to just say bone loss starts to happen there. So we help that. We strengthen ourselves by putting weight on our wrists, as well as bearing weight on our spine, which just means you're going to lift your arms and legs when you're on your belly, right? And that's going to be weight bearing for the spine. Okay, so we're going to come up. Just a little FYI to make sure you know if you want to strengthen those areas. Okay, we're going to come around to our back again. Oh, just for the grand finale, because it's a holiday. All right, so we're going to take our band. If you can wrap your band, you might wrap your band around your feet if that works for you. Otherwise, just have your band under your feet, right? Those two options, whatever. Try to make it fairly even. Yeah, you just want to have a good grip on it so you have for support. And we're going to just do little crunches. Okay, so we're going to curl back, lean back a little bit. lift the legs up a little bit. So you're floating the legs up, and you're going to stretch out, lowering your body down part way. You don't have to go all the way. And then pull yourself back up, like a crunch, right? So lower down and reach the leg. I'm just going down to my bottom rib here, right? Just lower a little bit and bounce back. Lower down, extend. Try not to let your shoulders tense. Find out how much resistance do I need for this, right? With that band. And breathe. So this would be like one of those exercises if you really wanted to strengthen your core. You do this every day, right? And breathe. Okay. Last one, and then come up from there with by lowering the feet. And unwrap your feet. So we're going to take the band. We're going to sit, first of all, with our band. And you might want to sit with your legs crossed if you have trouble sitting tall and you want to be comfortable, or legs in the diamond, or legs in a little straddle. Kind of ever feels good to you, so you can sit on something if you want as well. We're going to lift our band up, and we're going to take a side bend. So taking one hand down to the ground, and we're going to side bend over as we press our hip into the ground. Stretch that side. And then just looking up under our arm, opening a little bit. And then back to side bend, and then rotate the chest to point down a little bit and reach your arm out and all the way down to the ground. Feel that nice stretch in our shoulder, and then reach it out, back to side, and then press yourself up. Take it over to the other side and stretch. Really pressing hip into ground as we stretch over. And bringing our arms slightly back, we turn and look up. Open to the ceiling as we adjust the band if needed, of course. Back to the side. Rotate your chest to point down and reach that arm and let it come all the way down. Do a nice stretch in our shoulder on that side. And then reach it out, face forward, press yourself up. Take your band behind you, goes across the back. And again, you can sit however you want to sit. If you can straddle your legs, great, or then bent. Right, inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Good. So anchoring our hips, little twist. That band is not too tight, just helps us to stay in position. And then we'll go into saw. So we'll inhale, exhale across, reach for that opposite foot. Or if you're sitting in a different way and you're just reaching across, if your legs are crossed and right, you don't have your legs forward, that's okay. Reach across, sit tall, rotate, reach. Hips are anchored, nice and tall, rotate and reach. Good. Well, and such a nice stretch for shoulders and hips. And just going until you feel pretty stretched out and you're even on both sides. Whenever that is, you can come center, release your band. Maybe shake out your shoulders, move your head around. All right, well, thank you all for coming. I'm going to hit the button here.